Singapore firms are cutting hiring plans with third quarter employment expectations at 13% as weak AI adoption raises productivity concerns. Joining us to discuss this shift is Louis Garrett of Marsh Asia. So Louis, hiring intentions are at their weakest since 2021. Is this caution or the start of a real slowdown?
Yeah, well, I would consider it to be more of a recalibration rather than a retreat. What we really see is that the labor market fundamentals still continue to be strong, and they don't signal any signs of, for example, recession. Unemployment is around 2%, retrenchments are low and stable. And what we really see here is that companies are taking a different strategy when it comes to thinking about what is our workforce plan. I think we should also watch for sector divergence. So, we'll see manufacturing posting fairly strong outlook. Maybe the finance and real estate sectors expecting a little bit of a slowdown. So this isn't broad-based. We're seeing a different trajectory for different sectors of the economy. And definitely what we are seeing here is that the labor market is, really being influenced by a different kind of cost calculus, where companies are really asking themselves, how do we pay for this role, and what's the right way to be thinking about labor costs?
But what's the effect like? Does uneven tech adoption split the economy into winners and laggards?
Oh yeah, it does, if we're honest. And actually, if we sort of look at that data, we can see that it's not just AI adoption that influences the trajectory of organizations. It's really whether or not AI is being integrated into the fundamental nature of work. It's really interesting because Singapore is one of the places with the highest individual adoption of AI of sort of any country globally. So the employee population, perhaps outside of work, is using AI a lot. But what this really means is that companies that start to really think about the way that they redesign work and incorporate artificial intelligence while thinking carefully about their workforce planning and skill strategies, those will be the ones that will be able to accelerate ahead of others. So yes, this is something that a lot of business leaders are looking at, and we're really advising companies right now to think carefully and strategically about what it means to adopt AI and what that means for the workforce strategy and plans they pursue.
So if you were to share a list or maybe recommendations to our viewers, what has to change before companies start hiring and investing again?
Yeah, well, I mean, from our point of view, clarity beats stimulus. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is that the pause or slowdown that we're seeing in some sectors is likely a function of uncertainty. And so the more clarity that organizations can get on the path forward and how their investments can show a return, we're much more likely to see those companies, once they have that clarity, return to hiring and, of course, investing. I also think that we need to be changing the conversation here, reframing this from what is the cost of hiring to how do we maximize our productivity from our workforce investments? What is the return on investment on our workforce spend? And of course, AI plays a big role in that, so do skills, capabilities. And so we can think really differently about what it means to get a return on investment as AI becomes a technology that more and more organizations design their business processes around. The only other thing I'd say here is in this sort of period, this is a great opportunity to start thinking about investing in skills. It's what we might call counter-cyclical. So where the pause in hiring is a great moment to really start to find the kind of skills investments. There'll be labor available on the market where companies can really go in and start to find those critical skills and capabilities that they want to invest in. So a really interesting time.
Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us, Louis.
Great pleasure. Thank you so much.
Once again, that was Louis Garrett, Workforce and Rewards Leader at Marsh Asia. For more news, visit sbr.com.sg.